In January 2025, something unimaginable happened. The hills of Los Angeles were suddenly engulfed in flames, transforming the city into a fiery inferno. The fire spread with terrifying speed, fueled by fierce winds that seemed to carry the destruction faster than anyone could respond. Neighborhoods were consumed in mere moments, homes burning like tinder, while thick smoke billowed into the sky, marking the start of one of the most devastating disasters the city had ever seen. Families had little time to escape, leaving behind their homes, belongings, and memories. Streets that were once full of life became piles of ash. Businesses and entire communities were destroyed in days, forcing people to flee with nothing but the clothes on their backs. The fire didn't just burn, it tore through lives and changed everything in its path. This isn't just about a fire, it's about a city pushed to its limits. Let's break down how the Los Angeles disaster unfolded. On January 7, 2025, wildfires tore through Los Angeles, causing chaos and destruction. By Tuesday night, fires were raging across northern Los Angeles, with new ones spreading by Wednesday. The biggest, the Palisades fire, started at 10:30 a.m. on Tuesday. By afternoon, it had spread rapidly between Santa Monica and Malibu. By midnight, it had burned 3,000 acres, destroying homes. By the next night, it had grown to 16,000 acres, forcing 30,000 people to evacuate. Meanwhile, the Eaton fire erupted in Altadena on Tuesday evening, quickly spreading through the hills above Pasadena. Within 6 hours, it covered 1,000 acres and by Wednesday night, had consumed over 10,000 acres, tragically claiming 5 lives. Elsewhere, the Hearst fire broke out near San Fernando late Tuesday, burning 850 acres in mere hours and triggering evacuations in Santa Clarita. Other fires, like the Woodley fire in Woodley Park and the Olivos fire in Ventura County, were brought under control quickly. But the League of Fire in Mount Miss Acton spread to 350 acres before being partially contained. In the Hollywood Hills, the Sunset Fire broke out on Wednesday evening, burning 50 acres and leading to mandatory evacuations. Los Angeles was in crisis as these wildfires spread quickly, leaving devastation and uncertainty in their wake. The fires have taken a devastating toll. At least 25 lives lost, over 12,000 structures reduced to rubble, and 88,000 people forced to flee their homes. Another 84,800 are on edge, ready to evacuate at a moment's notice. Right now, more than 8,500 firefighters are battling to contain the flames, but they're up against fierce winds and brutal conditions. This disaster leaves us with urgent questions. What caused such widespread destruction? Was this just nature's fury, or is there something deeper fueling these catastrophic fires? Let's break it down. So, what made this disaster so unpredictable? Los Angeles is no stranger to wildfires, sitting in a dry, Mediterranean climate with vegetation that can easily catch fire. The region often faces long dry spells, making it highly vulnerable to wildfires. While California has seen its share of fires, the blaze that ripped through LA was unlike any other. The 2020 fires were severe, and the 2018 Woolsey fire devastated Malibu, but nothing had spread so quickly and violently outside the usual fire season. As the firestorm tore through the city, shocking images of entire neighborhoods turning to ash filled the news. This fire struck when no one expected it, well outside the typical wildfire season. Normally, fires peak in late summer and fall, when dry conditions, high winds, and scorching heat fuel the flames. But this firestorm erupted when the region wasn't prepared for such a catastrophic event, highlighting how unpredictable wildfire seasons have become due to climate change. Los Angeles now faces the challenge of adapting to this growing and unpredictable threat. So, how did this huge fire begin? What caused it to spread so quickly? Scientists believe the Los Angeles fires could be linked to the changing climate, and one key factor in triggering these wildfires is a lesser-known process called friction ignition. This happens when dry branches, twigs, or plant materials rub against each other with enough force to generate heat. In dry conditions, this heat can spark a fire, especially when wind and drought conditions make everything even more flammable. While it may sound rare, friction ignition happens more often than you'd think, particularly during strong winds or extreme droughts. Los Angeles, with its dry Mediterranean climate, is especially vulnerable to this. The long, hot summers and mild winters lead to plenty of dry vegetation, which makes the area highly prone to wildfires. The hills, canyons, and forests surrounding the city are full of dry brush and shrubs, waiting to catch fire. This past summer, Southern California saw extreme heat with almost no rainfall, making things worse. Fire chiefs have said that the combination of low humidity, dry soil, and powerful winds created the perfect storm for one of the most dangerous fire seasons. Once the fire ignited, the fierce dry winds from the northeast, known as the Santa Ana winds, pushed it even further, making the blaze spread faster than anyone could have imagined. The Santa Ana winds play a huge role in fueling wildfires by drastically lowering humidity levels, drying out the land and making it even more flammable. With winds reaching speeds of up to 60 miles per hour, conditions were so intense that firefighting planes couldn't even take off. These high winds don't just spread flames, they also increase the chance of friction ignition. As the winds picked up, they likely caused dry branches and plants to rub together, creating sparks that turned a dangerous situation into an uncontrollable firestorm. In the 2025 Los Angeles fires, friction ignition could have been one of the key factors. The dry conditions, low humidity, and strong winds created an environment where even the smallest spark could trigger a massive fire. This is especially dangerous in areas where homes and buildings are close to dense brush, like many parts of Los Angeles. Unfortunately, the city had the perfect mix of conditions, setting the stage for one of the worst fire seasons in recent history. So, let's talk about the other theories behind the fires, and what has been the aftermath of this disaster. As with most major disasters, the 2025 Los Angeles wildfires led to a wave of conspiracy theories about what really caused them. While authorities and experts point to natural causes, made worse by climate change, some people have suggested other possible explanations. These alternative theories have sparked heated debates and added an extra layer of mystery to an already devastating event. One of the most talked about theories was that the fires were intentionally set as part of a massive arson plot. Some believe that groups with political agendas, aiming to push climate change causes or promote eco-terrorism, might have deliberately sparked the flames to gain attention. Another theory that gained traction was that the fires could have been started to clear land for real estate development, particularly in high-demand areas like Malibu and Santa Monica. There were even whispers suggesting foreign sabotage, with some pointing to geopolitical tensions and possible attacks on infrastructure. This fire has claimed several historic structures as well. Let's discuss some of it. Palisades Charter High School, known for its role in Hollywood films like Carrie and Freaky Friday, was severely damaged in the 2025 Los Angeles wildfires. About 30% of the campus was destroyed, including athletic facilities. While the main building remained intact, much of the back area was reduced to rubble. The school, which boasts alumni like will.i.am, J.J. Abrams, and Katie Seagal, was empty at the time, as students were on winter break when the fire struck. Will Rogers' historic ranch house, once the home of the beloved actor, was destroyed in the 2025 Palisades fire. Rogers' widow donated the ranch to California State Parks in 1944, and it became a cherished landmark. Listed on the National Register of Historic Places, the 31-room house and surrounding structures were lost in the blaze. California State Parks Director Armando Quintero expressed deep sorrow over the destruction, mourning the loss of such a significant piece of history and culture. The Topanga Ranch Motel, built in 1929 by newspaper mogul William Randolph Hearst, was a beloved retreat for families and writers near Topanga Beach in Malibu. Over the years, it became a familiar sight in TV shows and films, including the 1990s movie Leather Jackets. Acquired by the State Parks Department in 2001, it was set to be restored for public use. Sadly, the Palisades fire destroyed the historic motel, wiping out plans to preserve this iconic piece of Malibu's history. Real in Malibu, after 36 years of serving up seafood along the Pacific Coast Highway, the iconic Real in Malibu has been lost to the flames. Staff members shared their heartbreak in an online fundraiser, while the Malibu Times captured dramatic footage of the fire surrounding the beloved restaurant. A favorite of locals and celebrities, including Cindy Crawford and Jerry Seinfeld, the Real Inn was a cherished spot in Malibu, and its loss has left a hole in the community. The Pasadena Jewish Temple and Center. The Eaton fire engulfed the synagogue, which dates to the early 20th century. Melissa Levy, the executive director, told NBC Los Angeles that staff members evacuated Tuesday night and that the Torah scrolls were safely removed from the property. Theater Palisades, Pearson Playhouse. This Pacific Palisades community theater, founded by 3 TV writers in the 1960s, has suspended operations because of the serious damage sustained in the Palisades fire. The Bunny Museum. Billed as the world's only museum about everything bunny, this eccentric museum in Altadena displayed over 45,000 rabbit-related items. It had been Guinness World Record certified several times for having the biggest collection of bunny products. The 2025 Los Angeles wildfires devastated several celebrity homes. Among the losses were properties owned by actors, musicians, and filmmakers, including those in Malibu's exclusive neighborhoods. The flames spared no one, as even the most luxurious estates were caught in the blaze, adding to the tragic scale of the disaster. As we continue to recover from these devastating fires, it's clear that the impact on both the community and the environment will be felt for years to come. Let's think, discover, and grow together as we face these challenges. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates.